We've got a battleship.
Are you crazy? That's a museum.
Not today.
That's my favorite part.
Not today. That's right up there with, we're all going to die, but not today.
You're going to die. I'm going to die.
Nothing's happening today. Okay. Welcome to Hugo Girl, the podcast where we read Hugo award-winning works of fiction and sometimes other things. Today we've got another thing. It's the 2012 film Battleship. I am Lori.
I am Amy.
I'm Haley.
Yay! So in just a moment, more on Battleship, lots more on Battleship. I have a little bit of housekeeping first. First, thank you to listener Michael, who emailed us to recommend the 1982 short story Sir by Ursula K. Le Guin. It is about Antarctic exploration, and it is so good.
Ooh.
And I will link a PDF in the show notes, and we should definitely do an episode at some point because I think that the listeners actually want this to be a boat podcast, and that would be...
Let's give the listeners what they want.
It would be a good transitional piece, you know?
Yeah.
Between science fiction and boat podcast.
Oh, yes.
Because it's both.
Like transition to what? Okay.
Yeah, to a boat podcast. Also, I forgot to bring a coin in here. So we did a fundraiser. Fundraiser is done. We had 2 listeners make donations.
Good job, 2 guys.
Yes, it was really nice
They
of
should
them.
both get to pick something.
I kind of felt the same way. Should we just let them both pick something instead of
Absolutely.
doing a live coin flip?
Yeah.
Yes.
That works for me.
Okay. Ed and Andy, you both get to pick something.
Hi, Ed and Andy.
Thank you very much. You know, Ed lives in the UK. I don't know where Andy lives, but Ed lives in the UK. So extra nice of Ed to make a donation in support of immigrants and people
Ed
in
gets
Minneapolis.
2 choices. Let's just let Ed and Andy plan the rest of the podcast for us.
What if they pick a Mars?
Oh, no. Nobody would do that to us.
Well, you already have to read the Mars.
Do we?
That would be that'd be a wasted vote, Ed and Andy. Don't do it.
I guess if we don't read
Unless
blue, it's a
it's-
waste of having red, and
Unless
green.
it's Ghost of Mars. In which case, yes.
Well, okay. Congratulations, Ed and Andy. Thank you to you both, and you get to pick stuff. We'll get in touch. And now, on to Battleship.
Oh, I will say, don't let the end of the fundraiser prevent you from donating.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Don't
Go, donate.
go and donate.
Help people.
Also, a production note. Kevin is away at a pen convention. And because I'm from Georgia, I'm going to spell that P-E-N, pen, writing utensil.
Pen.
He's at a pen convention.
Pen convention.
So I'm in charge here, and I forgot to put the pop screens on our microphones. So if we sound
And
like...
it's too late.
Yeah, it's definitely too late.
Too late. They're all the way over there.
They're somewhere in this room.
And then Kevin's the only one that knows how to make them stand upright.
That is true. That is true. So sorry if you hear lots of pen, pineapple, pen. That's why. Okay. Shall we to the Battleship?
Oh, let's.
Okay. Battleship is a 2012 movie directed by Peter Berg, loosely based on the Hasbro board game Battleship. And by the way, for more on Battleship and other movies based on games, check out the Take Me to Your Reader episode that was recorded live at the Glasgow Worldcon, and I will put a link in the show notes. This was actually where I first heard about Battleship, and the way they talked about it was very funny. And so we rented Battleship a couple weeks ago from our local video store, Videodrome, and then I thought it was so funny that I convinced my 2 friends here to
And
watch
it's definitely not Top Gun or Transformers. It's definitely not one of those 2 movies at all.
There's not an evil Optimus Prime in
Nope,
the sea.
not at all.
Okay. Battleship received several award nominations, including the Golden Raspberry for Worst Picture, Director, Actor, Supporting Actress, Screenplay, and Ensemble,
Which one got the actress nom?
with Rihanna taking home the Razzie for Worst Supporting Actress. Actually, both of 100% of the women that appear in this movie
All 2?
were nominated for Worst Supporting Actress. Rihanna also won the Teen Choice Award for Choice Movie Breakout. So there.
I mean, she's cool looking in it.
She is cool
She
looking.
is decorated with this movie. Decorated.
And as they point out on Take Me to Your Reader, her hat does not come off.
So funny.
That's one of my things to
Thick
talk
and
about.
thin.
That is one of...
Okay.
In the water, staying on.
Okay. So, girls, our next segment is called Brief Plot Summary.
Okay.
I have what might be described as a long plot summary.
Do you have the screenplay?
Do we need to truncate it?
No.
Okay.
Maybe you feel like you.
Don't forget the burrito bookends.
The more, the more important question is, will I let you truncate it? And the answer is absolutely.
What
not.
about, should we make it longer?
Let her
Maybe.
cook.
Let me cook this chicken burrito.
First I am born.
Call me Ishmael.
Call me Hopper.
Call me Hopper. Call me Stone Hopper. What a great name.
I just call it Murderbot. Our story starts in 2005 when NASA discovers an Earth-like planet and sends it a text from the satellite array on Oahu. Then we meet our hero Hopper, who is Taylor Kitsch. It was supposed to be Jeremy Renner, but it's Taylor Kitsch, who is a Ken doll-looking man from Friday Night Lights. I'd never heard of him.
Same. Yeah.
Have you guys seen Friday Night Lights? Oh, you got to watch it.
I had seen it, but
it's real good.
But I don't remember him. I think they were.
Dude.
That's because he just looks like a man, just like describe a man.
And I think he was supposed to become a famous man, and he didn't.
Yeah.
I have that written down too.
I think he was supposed to be an it guy, and it's just like,
Didn't
who?
work.
Okay, so we meet our hero Hopper, a long-haired deadbeat younger brother of Murderbot, who is sadly celebrating his birthday in a bar. Hopper, not Murderbot. Then he sees a quintessentially 2000s era hot lady in the bar, and to impress her, he catastrophically burglarizes a convenience store to get her a chicken burrito because she's hungry.
To the Pink Panther theme.
Yeah.
It's really funny. He gets tased and arrested, but he wins her love. Fast forward a few years and his brother Murderbot has gotten Hopper to clean up his act and join the Navy. The Navy is having a big boat party in Hawaii with a bunch of other countries where they play soccer and do boat things. They also have a ceremony on what will turn out to be Chekhov's battleship, the USS Missouri, honoring a bunch of old people who turn out to be Chekhov's Navy veterans. During a soccer game, Hopper makes enemies with a Japanese captain named Nagata. Rihanna is there, so is baby Jesse Plemons. Hopper and Nagata get into a fistfight in a boat bathroom while Hopper is supposed to be asking the blonde lady's dad, Liam Neeson, if he can marry her. Liam Neeson yells at Hopper and Nagata, which I'm not sure why he gets to yell at Nagata because Nagata is Japanese Navy and Liam Neeson is a U.S. Navy admiral. Anyway, Murderbot tells Hopper that when the boat party is over, he's going to be fired from the Navy, and Hopper is upset. The boats go out into the ocean and then a bunch of aliens land. There's a big monolith thing in the water and Hopper goes out to investigate and it shocks him, which is a fun callback to him getting tased at the beginning. Then it makes a dome force field over part of the ocean, trapping Murderbot's ship, Hopper's ship, and Nagata's ship inside and isolating them from everyone else. Back on Oahu, the hot blonde lady whose name is Sam is hiking with her physical therapy patient, a veteran and disillusioned double amputee named Mick. They are hiking towards some satellites, which it turns out the aliens want to hijack so they can ET phone home to their friends to come take over the Earth. The aliens shoot a bunch of energy weapons while the humans fire back with puny bullets. They sink Murderbot's ship and Hopper is very upset. His own captain is also killed and he has to assume command even though he is still a man baby with no impulse control. Then the aliens also sink the Japanese ship and Hopper and Nagata have to become friends in order to save the world. Rihanna does a lot of running. Jesse Plemons is funny throughout. Sam and Mick hike around, make friends with a NASA geek, and see aliens that look like Ron Perlman with the porcupine beard.
Yes. Or Abe Lincoln.
Or Abe Lincoln. Finally, Hopper does a cool drift maneuver with his boat to shoot the alien ship in the water, which destroys its shield generator, so the dome comes down and they are no longer cut off. Then their boat is sunk before they can destroy the satellite array on Oahu, and they no longer have a ship, so what can they do? Well, I'll tell you what they can do. They fire up the USS Missouri, Chekhov's battleship, where all of the Navy veterans are just hanging out for some reason, like they just live there.
And then they slow-mo walk.
And they slow-mo walk, and the orchestra swells as the old people, who are the only ones who know how to drive an old battleship, meet Hopper and the other survivors and get to work. Then AC/DC blares, and they blow up the satellite array, and then the aliens get blown up and everything is fine. Sam and Mick and the NASA guy did not get blown up. Murderbot gets a posthumous Navy Cross and Alex? Who the fuck is Alex? Is that his first name?
Who?
Hopper?
Oh, maybe.
Oh. I must have seen that on Wikipedia or something. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Maybe Alex Skarsgård? Murderbot?
Murderbot's name was Stone Hopper.
Murderbot. Okay, let me just listen. It's Hopper. Taylor Kitsch finally asked Liam Neeson if he can marry Sam, and it seems like he probably can. The end. Roll credits. But then there's a post-credit scene where some Scottish kids find a crashed alien pod and they pound it with sticks to the tune of Dropkick Murphys, which is admittedly a confusing choice.
Dropkick Murphys, eh?
Irish music for Scottish vandalism.
Oh, yeah. Actually, they're American, aren't they?
Did the dome? Was it always over Oahu?
I didn't know the dome was there until the end of the movie.
The dome was there.
I don't think the dome was over Oahu. I think the dome was over that area of
Like
the
2
ocean
square miles or
only.
something.
Right, but then how did Alex Hopper get over to Oahu if he was in the dome?
They brought the dome down.
Yeah.
He did the drift maneuver. He shot them. It destroyed their shield generator. Then the F-18s are...
But they were right next to Oahu when the dome went down.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it was over part of Oahu. Because they were trying to shoot the... They were... I don't know.
I don't either. I know that they were near Pearl Harbor when all this stuff was... When they were having their little... when the aliens came.
Yeah.
So maybe it just was over Oahu.
I don't think the whole dome could have been over
It was just
Oahu.
over the water from...
I thought it
when it
was
starts to
just
melt.
over the water because only those 3 destroyers, which, by the way, I didn't mention in my not brief plot summary, was that they were on destroyers. Only those 3 destroyers were in there. Everything else was trapped. So that's why they couldn't get any help.
No, I know, but then
I think if
it wasn't over Oahu, why couldn't Liam Neeson and his friends go take out the little transmitter?
Well, because they didn't know that's what needed to happen, I think.
Well, no. They knew that they couldn't... It would stop planes and stuff. So, like, they were just, like, isolated.
Right, but were they isolated with Oahu?
I don't know.
I don't either. Okay.
I don't think so, but...
I didn't think so.
Because when it comes down, it's just over the water, and you can see the edges of it, so...
So
it
they
doesn't
also...
matter.
So
No, it doesn't.
in
It does not.
a leap forward to soap stuff, they find out that that's what needs to happen because, like, everybody, no one knows what's going on except for Sam and Mick because they met their NASA friend.
Sam has to be in the bubble, otherwise she wouldn't be able to talk to Hopper.
That's true. That's true.
And she calls him on the phone.
That's true. Well, Mick is like, hello, hello, hello. And then
Sam's like, ah!
she's like, that's my boyfriend. Soap stuff.
Why does she call him and not her dad? Because her dad is like captain of the Navy.
She didn't call him. Did she?
Hopper?
Yeah,
she did.
I thought they
or
just-
they were on a radio or whatever.
Yeah, like,
But, like-
that's the soap stuff of it all, though, because the guy sends out a distress
And it's
call,
Hopper.
and the person
Just
who answers
happens.
is her boyfriend, and she's like, "Oh my god, that's my
Well,
boyfriend."
in the universe of the movie, that makes sense because he's the only one that would be able to hear it. Because if they're in the bubble, then
You're exactly right.
I'm thinking too much about the bubble.
I don't know that they're in the bubble, but they must be in the bubble. Okay, so why don't we do goodies from Goodreads or wherever else?
Okay.
And I think
Love from
because
Letterboxd?
This is ridiculous. We should just, if you've got a bunch, let's do it.
Got it. Great.
Because there's not maybe that much to talk about besides the plot.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, I want to start with mine that expresses my feelings because I love this movie.
Okay.
And then if you guys want to drag it, let's do it.
Yeah.
So when I Googled the movie, I found a Reddit thread from Emotional Chipmunk 12 who says, Battleship is awesome. Yeah, I said it. The one-liners are amazing, the boat action scenes rule, and the climax slaps hard. If you can't get into a film that has Navy veterans fixing a battleship to AC/DC, there's something wrong with you. Let's drop some lead on those mother... Fire!
This is my favorite. Never thought I'd see some guy break into a convenience store in the middle of the night just to steal a burrito while the Pink Panther theme plays in the first 10 minutes of a movie based on a board game where you put little pegs in holes.
See, I'm saying this movie is full of surprises. Formulaic, schmormulaic.
And I do love all the love for using AC/DC over that montage. It says,
That's cool.
anyone who doesn't get adrenalized chills when Thunderstruck comes on during the third act rally montage with the real veterans setting up the old battleship Laxapulse.
Well, speaking of third act, Roger Ebert gave the film 2.5 stars out of 4, praising the climax as, quote, an honest-to-God third act instead of just settling for nonstop fireballs and explosions, as Bay likes to do.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it for you. Let's say The Greatest Generation still has the right stuff and leave it at that.
Aw. I like this 2-star review says, water dripping off people in slow motion, the movie. There's lots of comments. So I unabashedly love Michael Bay and Armageddon. I recently made my parents rewatch because it's one of my favorite movies and it makes me cry 3 times every time I watch it. And it's insane.
That's my Aerosmith impression.
I've never seen it.
Oh, I love it. But a lot of people say that
Don't wanna miss a thing.
Battleship is like a woke Michael Bay movie because there's like people of color
Yeah,
and disabled
yeah,
people.
yeah.
So, and a lot of people call Michael Bay movies mean-spirited, but I don't think that's true. But this movie is very positive in that sense, and that like everyone helps each other out.
It's true.
I did write down this movie was we have Michael Bay at home.
Any other reviews?
No.
Oh, this one's funny. Oh boy, I'm really enjoying the Hasbro Cinematic Universe. Can't wait for the live action My Little Pony film to drop. But as we learned from Barbie, movies based on toys can be great.
Also, there are incredible animated My Little Pony films, so
True.
I'd be happy to see a live action My Little Pony.
Oh, this I mentioned Top Gun and Transformers earlier. This guy said the overall feeling is of Top Gun meeting Transformers in a toy aisle and deciding to get very, very drunk.
What is bad about that?
Yeah.
The Rotten Tomatoes consensus reads, it may offer energetic escapism for less demanding film goers, but Battleship is too loud, poorly written, and formulaic to justify its expense, and a lot less fun than its source material. Less fun than its source material?
Battleship, famously pretty fun, but not like super fun.
I've never played Battleship, actually.
What?
I know.
I should have brought it. We should have played.
You haven't?
No, but I could have gotten it.
I wouldn't call it like
You can also just play with pieces of paper.
yeah, it's not like a rip-roaring good time. Like you're like, oh no, miss.
Wait, then how they work Battleship into the movie might be lost on you.
No, I do understand. I do understand the buoy grid.
Okay, good.
Yeah. And that is, in fact, I think the worst part of the movie, which I'm sure we'll get to.
Yeah, it's maybe the smartest and worst part of the movie.
It's the least interesting part of the movie.
And this movie was way too loud. I agree with that.
I think we should share.
If it's too loud, you're too old.
Yeah.
No, there's like a nail on chalkboard sound that they kept playing that made me want to die.
I missed it.
Yeah. I think we should share our least. Like, what do we find least interesting?
About Battleship?
Yeah.
The movie or the game?
The movie. So for me, I think I've mentioned this before. I have mecha blindness. Like when I see a big mechanical monster, I don't care about it. So I think anytime there was actual American boats, I was all in. But every time there was the mecha, I was like, yeah, I guess that's cool. I don't know.
They're kind of samey. Yeah, for me, it was we've got to somehow work some simulacrum of Battleship into this film. And I think I have
I didn't even realize that the grids thing was from the game.
Yeah, because he says we have to fight them without seeing them, and they have to fight us without seeing. They have to fight us without seeing us. So what are we going to do? That's what you do in Battleship, right? You can't see each
I think
other,
that's
and you
kind
have
of clever
to fight.
now that I think.
No, I know.
I
thought it was
not
the
clever.
smartest part of the movie, but real,
it's
real
not
boring.
entertaining though.
Yeah.
It's like
Also, I love Hopper gives
Nagata.
Half control of the ship because he was like, show me the NOAA data, and that's like nothing had even happened yet. He was just like, show me the NOAA data, and Hopper was like, you've got this. And like,
So for the listener, in case you haven't seen Battleship, maybe you haven't, I don't know why you wouldn't, they have a screen and they're trying to figure out where to deliver their missiles, where to direct their missiles, so that it will hit the mecha. And so the Japanese captain, Nagata, is like, oh, there's a grid of buoys, which, by the way, you look out on the sea and I don't see any buoys, and maybe I don't know what a buoy is. I thought they float on the surface of the water, and I never saw a buoy.
They showed one in a little montage part when they're talking about the stuff, but buoys are about 5 feet. They're small.
Okay. Well, so they have like a screen, and it looks like the buoys are laid out in a very even grid, and they all have a letter and a number, and they say they're following the wave pattern. So like a buoy starts to go boing, boing, and they're like, that's where it is. And so then they'll say, missile to Foxtrot 24, Tango 19, Whiskey 25. And Rihanna will be like, Whiskey 25. And then they'll be like, light it up. Which they say 9,000 times in this movie. And they shoot the missile, and then it's like, and it hits the mecha. And it doesn't fucking matter because nothing we shoot them with does anything.
Yeah.
To the very end when they break a window.
Yeah. I just can't believe I didn't realize they were playing Battleship in that scene. I thought it was that organic to the plot. I was like, oh, this is smart. So, but also, whenever I watch movies, I completely suspend all disbelief. I'm like, just tell me a story.
my least favorite part of the movie was the hot guy. Like the guy, like Taylor Kitsch playing this. Like this character is like, he's like a black hole.
He is very blank.
He's so blank, and like
There's nothing there.
And I hate his character. maybe I don't not care. Maybe I hate his character a lot. I don't know.
Well,
I can't decide which one it
It's
is.
interesting because I think there's a scene where Rihanna says that he's a combination of Donald Trump and Mike Tyson.
I remember that.
What was
I mean,
that?
I think
didn't
she's saying
understand the
that,
comment.
like he's an egotistical, violent, loose cannon, I think is what she's
Which
saying.
is correct.
And he overhears her and he's offended and he's like, did I hear something about Donald Trump? She's like, no. But I looked over at Kevin the first time we watched it and I was like, well, fast forward to now, that guy definitely voted for Donald Trump.
Oh, really?
So I do feel, no, I don't know about the actor. I mean,
the character, yeah.
Hopper, Alex,
The
or
actor
whatever
might
his
have
name
also.
is. Who knows? But I was like, that guy, he looks like a biological MAGA supporter.
Yeah.
And so I guess he did
Or a fake ally. One or the other.
communicate something about himself through that character because I was like, oh, knowing what we know now, that guy would appreciate that comparison.
His whole thing worked really well on Friday Night Lights because he was supposed to be this like sullen kind of guy. And so sullen worked really well on him, but he was supposed to be like aggro in this movie. And it
But he
didn't
wasn't that
work.
aggro. Like, I didn't think he was
Yeah,
threatening in any way.
it didn't work.
So
Like, yeah.
a better version of this character in the movie Armageddon is Ben Affleck, who was like a hothead, but he's got a heart of gold, but he's likable.
I mean, Tom Cruise in Top Gun was a better version of this character.
Well, not to defend this guy, but I think his arc by this point makes sense because he is completely out of control at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then he has that conversation with Murderbot where Murderbot's like, you're being fired from the Navy after we get back from the boat party. And then he's like, you have to make some calls. You have to get me out of this. And I love this line.
best line of
When
it.
Murderbot's like, make some calls to teach you humility. I don't have that number. It's so good.
I wrote down so many lines watching this
Oh my
movie.
God, the one-liners are really why I like it so much. I think there are so many little throwaway lines that are hilarious. But he says that, and then you see at the moment where Murderbot's ship has been sank and he's dead, and he's in full loose cannon mode. He's just like, kill, kill, kill. And it's like, what are you're like throwing paper airplanes at them. But then the Japanese ship sinks, and Jesse Plemons and the other guy who I think is named Mr. Beast.
I think it's just Beast. Does he die?
Now it's X-Men. No, he doesn't.
Okay.
Jesse Plemons and Mr. Beast are like, sir, there are sailors in the water. And he's like, I don't care. Go shoot him. And
Then he like slaps him in the face. There are sailors on the water.
yes. And I was like, I guess this is the moment where he turns a corner from being his loose.
No, I think it was the heated rival with the Japanese guy. I think that's what makes him turn.
I think when you really know that it's a real change is when he's like, Captain Nagata, this is your ship. And he defers command to the
Beautiful
person
moment.
who he knows
Beautiful
is
moment.
better suited.
Know your limits.
He's just the weapons officer. He doesn't know how to command a
I
ship.
love the part where he didn't know he was the next in command.
Yeah.
As if he wouldn't know he's the next in command.
Well, he didn't know who all was dead, I guess.
I guess. I don't know.
I feel like there's more officers on a ship because he's just a regular lieutenant.
It did seem quick.
Why? Okay, so they're about to fire this guy. Literally, they're about to fire him. Why did they send him out on the little dinghy to go check
and
out
I
the
was like,
alien?
Oh, because he's a weapon officer. Like, I think that was his job.
And then like
That
Rihanna
makes
got that big gun on the rubber boat, and but
Rihanna's also a
of all
weapons
the people
officer.
on the ship,
or she's a petty chief officer.
like they're gonna
of weapons.
just like of all the guys on the ship, they're gonna send out the guy they're about to fire to this first alien contact.
Maybe because then
and
they
just
don't care if he dies.
And then he very stupidly knocks on the door.
Oh my God. He's like, prepare to be boarded. And I was like, do you know how stupid you look
I
right
also
now?
really liked that the warning that they gave the ship was honking the horn.
We're here.
Excuse me.
I think a lot of protocol goes out the window when like what is very clearly extraterrestrial technology comes in. They're like, well,
That's fair.
shit.
Throw whatever you got at it.
Yeah,
Even
that's
if it's
fair.
Hopper.
I like that. I didn't know that Navy officers can't wear sunglasses, and it was so bright.
I didn't know that either. Did they say, because,
They wear
I
them all
thought
the
he
time
just
in Top
wasn't
Gun. That's
supposed
their
to wear them because they were at a fancy thing.
Yeah, but like it was so bright.
It was so bright.
He's got to wear shades.
Yeah, I guess pilots can because they're flying and they can't have sun in their eyes. So yeah.
The lines are so good.
I think the worst actor is the guy with curly hair that's in Ghostbusters 2 that plays.
The NASA nerd.
No, not that guy. There's another guy that
like
was
that
always
guy.
on a green screen. Was also an Ally McBeal, but he's some kind of
the president
biscuit.
guy or whatever.
yeah,
the biscuit.
Yeah, that guy. He's a relatively decent actor, and his lines are
The
garbage.
lines are so bad.
Yeah.
All the lines are so
Some
bad.
you can't say with a straight face.
This cast though.
Some of the lines are fantastic.
Did y'all catch the Rami Malek
Yes.
jump scare?
Baby Rami Malek.
Oh, I missed that. Oh.
He
He was the one pointing at the large lights that clearly no
my
one has
God.
seen yet.
He's like Liam Neeson's sidekick or something. Liam Neeson's secretary.
Sir, look. That was his one line. And he's pointing at like the alien that I'm sure Liam Neeson hasn't seen yet.
Yeah.
And then they get domed End
the
of the
dome, yeah.
movie.
And the dome is straight out of the Phantom Menace when they are having the battle on Naboo. There's a dome in that too.
So would you say this is Star Wars?
Oh, I have a thought about that.
Yeah.
Let's
Did y'all catch Perd Hapley?
Yes.
So
Hapley?
Perd Hapley from
You heard
Parks and Rec.
Perd from Parks and Rec?
I just realized I'm not holding a microphone. Perd Hapley.
You know Perd Hapley.
So I looked up
Is it a woman or a man?
It's a man. He's a news
the
anchor.
reporter.
And he was in it very, very briefly. But like when he popped up on the screen, I was like, it's Perd Hapley.
Yeah.
And then I just realized I'd never looked up that guy before. The actor who plays Perd Hapley, his name is Jay Jackson, and he was a real news anchor.
That's cool.
And now he only plays news anchors. So his only roles he will accept are news anchor roles.
my
And so I looked up
God.
his IMDb is amazing. Like he's been a news anchor in like a bajillion things.
How funny.
Great.
I mean, I guess that explains why he's got the voice down pat.
Yeah. And he always sounds roughly the same, but like somehow they're all different characters.
That's so good.
I think it's interesting that because I think what bugged me in the first half is like we're not even going to find out about these aliens at all.
1
So
hour to see an alien.
I'm happy that we at least get to see them, but like there's no. I want a little bit of like we want to destroy you, kind of like
Yeah, we don't know anything about them. Just that maybe they just want to call their mom.
Yeah.
Because the interesting thing.
Well, he has that telepathic moment.
Oh, that's true. Straight
Oh,
out of
that's
Independence
true.
where he
Day.
sees
That's
the destruction
true.
of Earth, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, they landed and everybody started shooting at them. So maybe that wasn't plan A.
Yeah.
And they only shot at us when we shot at them.
Well, and the interesting thing to me is that or maybe not interesting, maybe it's just a poor filmmaking. I couldn't tell how they were deciding who to kill or not, because there are a couple scenes where they encounter an individual human and they look at them and then their heads up display turns green, because I guess red and green mean the same thing. Green means like, oh, this is all fine. And then red is like, I'm mad, I'm gonna blow you up. Turns green and they're like, never mind. So they walk away from a kid. They walk away from the NASA guy. He's like shuddering and rattling his metal suitcase. And the alien just reaches out and stills the suitcase. Like, that noise is annoying. And then doesn't kill him.
Shows her some discernment. The best part
But
is
what is the discernment?
Well, they're taking out
Threats.
infrastructure. They're taking out
Yeah.
weapons,
military. They're taking out
Are they
aggression.
just like, this highway bridge is better,
where they're trying to
more
render
bang for my buck.
Well, it's infrastructure, right? So people
Yeah.
couldn't get to the military base
Yeah.
and couldn't get to where they would have to help people, and they couldn't get to the transmitter. And so then once they render us helpless, they can come and take over.
But why wouldn't they kill a guy who's at the transmitter?
Yeah.
You would probably assume he knows
He didn't have any
transmitter
guns.
things.
Well, and so I thought about this a lot because they don't hesitate to blow up an entire ship, and the cook is not a danger to them. So there's some level of
They're not that
caring.
discerning. Yeah.
But my favorite part of this entire movie is when they scan the horse and then the symbol for a horseshoe pops up.
Oh my God, I didn't see that.
That's the best part of the
They've
entire
done
movie.
Earth research.
They're like horseshoe.
No, but I have a theory. I didn't see that, but I think it's because the horseshoe is metal. So if that was
it's pulling out whatever is metal.
well, that's what I
that makes
thought.
more
Like when
sense.
they
It's
were
less
looking
funny.
around at things
Genius,
and
Lori.
analyzing
That
things,
was
I
genius.
thought they were looking for metal, which goes to your point about infrastructure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I guess the highway has rebar in it probably or
yes.
something.
So I thought they were searching for metal.
Interesting.
But if that's the point, if a horseshoe popped up, which I did not see, this is really good pony prattle. Such good pony prattle. I bet it was detecting a horseshoe. But the funny thing is, I wouldn't have thought of that because I was like, oh, are there wild horses? And then I started Googling, are there wild
I
horses?
also got distracted by the
More
fact that there
about
were
the
wild horses.
But if it was wearing a shoe,
Like, where are we coming
not a
from?
wild horse.
Yeah.
No, that's true. I thought that explanation makes perfect sense, but I like the idea that it was just like, a horse symbol. Yes.
That's the intergalactic symbol for horse.
Everyone knows that, Haley. Come on.
Everybody knows.
You are exactly right that the aliens do look like Ron Perlman with a pointy porcupine beard, and they have their weird 3 fingers.
Mm-hmm.
But
They look. I didn't realize until very, very recently that Ron Perlman played Beast in Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, yeah.
I did not know that.
and the,
was
and the
him.
TV show, yeah.
And
Oh, the TV show.
With Linda Hamilton. Yeah.
these aliens look exactly like Beast,
Yeah, they do.
and they can't stand the sun.
Oh, the glare gets them.
They're
It's very signs coded.
vampire rules.
Yeah, vampires.
Yeah, that's how they get them. So they've been shooting and shooting and shooting and shooting at them, and the bullets and cannons and things are just like, and then they're like, they find out that Jesse Plemons is like, I had a lizard. Her name was Penelope the Third.
Yeah.
One time we took her to the beach, and she was like, oh no, my eyes. And then he was like, oh, light is bad for lizards, and they have eyes like lizards because
QED.
I put on one of their helmets and it blocked out a lot of light. And so if we can expose them to light, a very bright light like COVID, expose it to a very shine a bright light up your butthole, and then we can win. And so then they fire on the alien mothership or whatever, specifically to blow out the windows. This thing has flown how far through the universe?
Meteorites.
And then, yes. And then they just are like, pew, pew. And the windows break and all the aliens inside are like, ah!
It's like how your windows are indestructible unless you have one of those tiny hammers in your car.
Yeah.
And then you can take out the window.
Maybe meteors were too big to break the windows. It took a little earthling bullet.
So space debris is why I believe that we'll never have intergalactic transit, because if you're going at the speed of light and you hit a little thing, wouldn't that destroy it?
Exactly. Yeah.
And how can you account for every mote of dust of anything in the solar?
Yeah.
If you're going fast enough, would you just vaporize it?
I don't know.
Someone call it.
But it can be going really fast.
Well, that's what I
right?
want a science friend to. Yeah, exactly. Like if you hit each other, or maybe it's the size of a car versus, like there's, because in Star Wars and Star Trek, they're always talking about like plotting the right route through.
Yeah.
But planets are always moving. There's always like random things. Who knows if there's like a rendezvous with Rama thing that's going to get in the way that's not on a chart. I don't know.
Somebody tell us, what if you hit something or if something hits you?
I guess the space real big, so I
Yeah.
guess you can
It is
avoid
really
stuff.
big.
And a lot
They
of it
call
is
it
empty space. But what if you don't know? What if somebody flies into Voyager outside of the solar system right now? I don't know.
Or you just have a regular window and you come to Earth and some
One
people
little
do a
bullet.
drift maneuver
They
in the
learn
water
to shoot at summer camp.
and shoot out your window and you weren't wearing your glasses and you're like, oh no. And then the battle is lost.
So have y'all ever seen Master and Commander?
Yes.
A long time
So
ago.
good.
I watched it fairly recently.
It's so good. It's like, I love the creativity of naval strategy and deception and like drop the anchor. Why not?
Oh my gosh. Somebody wrote this movie who doesn't know how anchors work. They were going full steam ahead in that battleship. And he was like, drop the anchor. They dropped the anchor. And it was like someone slammed on the brakes.
Yeah.
And that is not how anchors work.
Also, it's not the anchor that anchors you. It's the length of the chain that weighs you down to the bottom.
Also, I like that they were operating these boats like they were motorboats.
Yeah.
Like they were just like, it's like full steam ahead. And they were just like, "Drrrr," and it would just go.
They pull the parking brake in Tokyo Drift.
They could take a, and what I wrote down, it's like Fast and the Furious.
That's why it's a drift
It's
maneuver.
Fast and the Furious.
There was a point where they threw it in reverse, and I was like, I wish they had like a needle drop of Missy Elliott, the thing down, flip it and reverse it.
Cowards. They should have used that song. Oh man, this movie's so good.
Yeah.
Bring up
Thank
the chart.
you for saying that.
Bring up the chart plot. Confused face. Chart plot. Bring it up.
Chart plot.
That was a dialogue moment. You had
Yeah.
to translate. Bring up the chart plot.
I don't think Rihanna says more than like a sentence at a time.
It's always very sassy though.
She says light him up several times. She
Mahalo, motherfucker.
Yeah.
says, yo.
Yo.
She also has a good line about Trump and Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna sink this battleship.
Oh, that's not Rihanna. That's
No, I know, but I just saw it written down
It's
and I had
so
to say
funny.
it.
So I don't know if I was like too excited the first time I watched it to catch that, because when I watched it and we took it back to Videodrome and the guy at Videodrome was like, did they say you sank my battleship? And I was like, they don't say it or anything like it. And then we watched it last night and I was like, holy shit,
Ah.
he just said it.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna sink this battleship.
That's right.
It's so funny. Oh my God. Oh my God. Can I have a detour? Yesterday on MARTA, I had an encounter with a U.S. Navy veteran. Can I please tell you?
Please.
Okay, so I was at the train station. I was at 5 Points, which is the main station. And there was an elderly man in a little power chair wearing his U.S. Navy veteran ball cap, as they do.
Yep.
And he just says very loudly to no one in particular, am I on the right side to go east? And I look around and I'm like, I guess it's me. And I was like, yeah, you are. This is the right side. And then we get in the same train car and I like deliberately was several rows away. I was like, I don't want to like be train friends.
Yeah.
And so we're on like not opposite
This man
ends
knows
of
how
the
to
car.
yell friendship.
He sure does. So I'm like, la la la. I'm minding my business.
Shipmate.
He had said that he was going to Target, and he was like, is that Inman Park Reynoldstown? And I was like, yeah. When he said he was going east and he's like, to Inman Park Reynoldstown, I'm going to the Target. And I was like, yeah. And then we get to that stop, and normally the train says what stop it's at, but it didn't. And he started to panic. He goes,
Aw.
is this Inman Park? Is this Target? It didn't say. And I was pretty far away. So then I had to go, this is you. This is your stop. This is you. And then as he's rolling out of the train car, he goes, thank you. And I was like, you're welcome.
See, this man would have been able to shout orders on the Momo or whatever it's called.
You are not going to sink his motherfucking
No.
Battleship. So then when we watched the movie last night, I was like, Kevin, I met one of these men on the train
Oh.
today.
I think this movie came out when there was like that Space Cowboys movie. There was The Expendables. There's like all these movies where like old people are coming back.
Expendables was the first thought that came into my head when those old guys showed up in slow-mo. I do love that they were the actual people who manned this ship during wartime.
I couldn't find that. Tell me what you found.
I mean, I
don't think it's true because they would have been 90 years old.
Well, this was made in I don't think it was during World War II.
I think these were like Vietnam War vets because if they were, most people that were fighting in World War II were born in the 1920s. So that would have made them 90.
Let me see if I can find actual facts.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But
I tried and I couldn't find anything.
I settled on the fact that I think they were, so the USS Missouri was working, they recommissioned it in the 80s. Or at some point, it was working in the 80s. And that would have put those people 30 years ago probably in their 30s.
Okay.
But that's my theory. I just think the people in the wheelchairs were the ones that were like World War II and Korea veterans.
Yeah. Yeah, they could have
These
driven a battleship in a different situation.
Oh, 100%.
All right, Slate says the Missouri, which was initially decommissioned after the Korean War,
And then they
Okay.
recommissioned it.
reactivated by President Reagan during the 80s,
Yep.
and then it served in the first Iraq War.
Yep.
During this time, it was equipped with 8 new armored box launchers for Tomahawk cruise missiles and 4 quadruple canister launchers for 16 anti-ship Harpoon missiles, blah, blah, blah.
They also filmed Cher's If I Could Turn Back Time famous music video on the deck of the USS Missouri.
Some of the movie's veterans were played by actual veterans, including at least one Korean War vet and a World War II vet in his 90s. But a savvier admiral would recruit the... Blah, blah, blah. That's
Yeah.
racist.
So there's probably one or two, but those men did not look like they were in their 90s.
A curator for the museum assured Slate that such a crew would certainly be able to man and operate the USS Missouri or teach active service sailors how to operate their battleship if required to do so.
Hell yeah.
Okay, let's talk about that scene. So
You mean the re-gearing montage?
No, when they see them like... When he sees them like in the distance,
yeah, he's like,
they just start walking up.
it's a museum, and then he's like, not today. And then they're like, none of us know how to drive a battleship because they've made this big deal.
Yeah,
Okay, so
they're
at
like,
the
steam
beginning-
power?
Well, and at the beginning, there's a brief scene
It's Battleship Galactica.
where
Yeah.
Taylor
that's true.
Kitsch overhears a little kid who's like, "What's a battleship?" And he's
like,
like,
"It sucks."
He says, "Well, he doesn't say that. He says that now they have destroyers, which basically just go out and kill their enemies." And he's like, "But a battleship is made to take hits." He says it's a floating punching bag.
Yeah.
And he's like, "A battleship is great, but a destroyer is like way cooler than a
So
battleship."
Battleship is defense, Destroyer is offense.
Right now, where are your destroyers?
Yeah.
Taylor.
Yeah, I want this ship that can take a punch.
So exactly, that's what you need. So they go to the battleship and everyone's like, "This is a fucking steamboat. I don't know how to drive this." And they're like, "I know who can." and the camera pans like from the deck up, and they're like men
Coming out of the
It
shadows.
was Mr. Blanky in the rigging.
way up, like at the top of the wedding cake tier.
Yeah.
There's men up there. Why are they up
Wearing
there?
their outfits.
Yes,
from
have
30
they
years
been
ago.
there since yesterday?
Well, do we know if the people who work at the actual boat museum are in uniform? They might be.
Well, I wondered. I was like, are these all museum curators? Now, I doubt they have like a dozen.
Or just guys
Museum curators.
who are... They're
But I think it was all the veterans that were, honored at the boat party
Yeah.
the day before.
These are the ones
Yeah,
that are
that
mobile.
makes sense. That makes
because
sense.
a lot of the veterans that they're honoring, they're
Would not
like
be.
in wheelchairs. They're not how,
So maybe there's some guys who were there the day before and some guys who work at the museum.
I do like that this movie was definitely like, let's get a shout out for our wounded veterans and our retired veterans.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it was great.
And I like that they have a double amputee veteran
Disability.
as a character.
Visibility.
Yeah. So that
Who
scene,
I was so glad didn't die.
Yeah.
Like, they...
no one we really know except
Like they
for
killed the
Murderbot
white guy.
dies.
They killed the white guy, but then the black hero gets to live to the end, which made me very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he gets to see,
He gets awarded a medal.
for whatever it's worth.
Oh, I
he's
cried.
still a soldier.
I'm not gonna lie, I cried
Okay, so
when Mick got that award.
So Haley, I thought of you during this scene when they see all the old men decorating the boat, and
That's a great sign.
then they're walking in like a goose formation. They're like in a V formation, and they're walking toward the camera, and the music swells. And I thought about how Haley has said before, all that has to happen is the music swells, and I start
cried.
to tear up.
Yeah,
and I was really like.
I was not emotionally invested in literally any part of this movie, but
That's
when
when I
Mick
started-
got that award, I was like,
That's what Roger Ebert is talking about, man.
I started caring about this movie when that happened, and then the last third is amazing.
That's why I was like, you will like this movie. And I'm sorry it was too long.
It's okay.
But that plus all the one-liners, I feel like makes the whole thing worth it.
Oh, absolutely.
well, I started fast forwarding through battle scenes at some point, and I really wish that I had started that earlier, because then that would have given me patience for the World War II veteran battle scene.
Yeah,
which
and that battle scene is awesome.
I wish I had more patience to watch. I'm going to go back and watch it probably in full, but
It was funny. Last night I was taking notes and I was sort of furiously typing plot because this movie is like basically all plot. There's not much character
There's no
development,
character
you know.
development, yeah.
But then I realized I was like, I haven't typed anything in like 20 minutes. Once we get
You're, like,
to
riveted.
the battles, no, it was just like bomb, 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 bomb. For a really long time, a lot of bombs.
That one weapon where just like it's a ball, it's like a pokeball that goes through, tears it up.
yes.
That's awesome.
The aliens have this crazy murder flaming knife ball that it's the infrastructure
eats at
destroying
ships.
ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought once the battles start, the best plot bits once the battle is pitched, is the scientist and Mick and the girl. Like that's the more interesting plot part that's going on at that point. And I really like the scientist because he seems like he's in a completely different self-referential movie. Like he's sort of looking at what's happening from this like sort of cynical point. Like, and I think the best example of that was when Mick says something like, no, he says, let's see if we can buy the world another day, is what he says. And the scientist guy looks at him and goes, who talks like that? That was the best moment.
Oh, and then they crash the Jeep and Sam is like, my leg is stuck. And the scientist jumps in the car and she's like, I'm stuck. And he goes, I'm gonna friggin' save you. Why does he say it like that? I'm gonna friggin' save you.
They killed my grad student. Was also really
and then he does save her. He does get her leg unstuck.
There's so many scenes where I was like, did they do it twice? Was it just one take for each one?
I would take more than one photo of a rock.
I'm telling you, you got to.
But I love all of them.
Yeah.
I think that the parts of this movie are like, this movie is more than the sum of its parts
I
or
agree with that.
something. I don't really, I'm not using the metaphor correctly, but I think the individual bits of this movie are so funny. Like it's overall not a very good movie, but you enjoy the moments in isolation for me so much that I'm like, yes, more Battleship, please.
There are some
like Jupiter Ascending.
Yeah. Like people see a boat, they're like, oh, it's a boat. But like battleships, they have so much fire.
They'll fuck you up.
And there's one point where basically the battleship and the alien ship are doing like broadside 19th century, just like blowing at each other, and it's just incredible.
I will say I heard an interesting thing recently. I listened to the podcast, and That's Entertainment, which is about the entertainment industry, which is interesting if you're into that sort of thing. And one thing they were talking about recently was when the U.S. military working with Hollywood when they want to use their equipment, and they absolutely are really like forthcoming with their equipment if people want to use it for movies. And then once they sign it off to you, you're pretty much in charge of it once you get it.
Oh my
like
God.
they have very little involvement in the movie itself. And the only thing is if you use their equipment and they have to go to war, they get to come get it without any notice.
Yeah.
So it's like a little risky because you don't know if you're going to lose your equipment. But I was like that's wild that they make some movie director in charge of their destroyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're basically
Top
just
secret.
like, don't break it and then give it back when you're done. Which I think is hilarious.
Yeah, I found out that so the scenes with the USS Missouri are real in this because I was wondering about this. I was like, does it still float? And they had to tow it in the scenes that's in the movies, which is really cute.
And they had real sailors as extras.
It's awesome.
Love it.
Which is something I would like to tell you guys about. Have I ever mentioned to you guys what people of Chincoteague means?
No.
Okay, so when Kevin and I went to Chincoteague in, I think I'm saying it wrong. I think they say Chincoteague, but I just can't do it because I've been saying it wrong my whole life. So I read Misty of Chincoteague when I was a little girl. It's a horse book. It's about a real island and real ponies. And Kevin took me there for my 40th birthday, and it was incredible. And anyway, there's a movie version of the book, and it's set on Chincoteague. And a lot of local people are in the movie, and you can just tell. I don't know why you can tell the difference in a regular person who's acting and an actor who's acting, but you can just tell.
Yeah.
And then in the and I was like, Kevin, these aren't actors, right? Like these are just got to be people because you could just tell. And then when the credits roll, it has like a few famous people's names, and then it says, and the people of Chincoteague in the credits. So now whenever I see a person who I'm like, that's clearly not an
People of
actor.
Chincoteague.
So Mick, I was like, Kevin, I think Mick is a person of Chincoteague, and then he is. It turns out he is.
yeah.
I think a lot of those veterans are people of Chincoteague, and a lot of the sailors and extras are people of Chincoteague.
I love that.
I love it.
Oh, what was I going to say? Oh, Jesse Plemons to me is the best part of this movie.
He's so funny.
He's so good. They're giving him this terrible dialogue.
I love his dialogue.
He's turning it up.
On paper, this dialogue is very bad, but somehow Jesse Plemons takes it and turns it into good stuff.
It's so.
There was this moment. I don't know why, but Jesse Plemons is a genius because there's this moment where he's like, Hopper, do XYZ thing, or saying something unhinged, and Hopper's like, shut up. What's your face? I don't remember his name in the movie, but shut up. What's your face? And Jesse Plemons just makes this little noise. He just goes, and I was like, that is not a choice most people would make in that moment as an actor. And it was just like, as a genius, he's a genius. I don't know why. It's just genius.
He has, to me, he had like Jimmy Olsen energy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
By the end of the movie, I almost texted y'all, bye, I'm joining the Navy. but I'm too old, so I can't enlist.
But what if you, counterpoint, what if you were one of the old people on the battleship and you're like, I know what to do?
I wish.
How about the scene where they have to get one of the 1,000-pound rounds across the ship and they all carry it? I don't know why it's so funny.
They look like tiny people carrying a regular sized bullet.
Yeah.
To me.
Yes.
I liked when they were soldering off the chain because they had to get away from the because it had been moored.
Yeah, they have to unmoor it because it's a museum.
Yeah.
Oh, this movie, I had to watch some of it with closed captioning on because I couldn't hear what they were saying because the movie's so loud. And also looking at closed captioning is now how I hear. And it did that thing that annoys me so much, which is when someone's speaking another language, it just says speaking Japanese.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Why not translate it?
This is 2020 whatever. Like, can we just translate it?
I wondered if there was some intentional choice of not doing it. Like, there was some
but they do
reason
it in
to not
every
do it?
show. They do
Yeah,
this.
I
It
know.
just says speaking Spanish or speaking foreign language is one that really gets me.
Well, or not even so much with the captions. Like normally there would be a subtitle even
Telling
if
you
don't
what
have
they're
the
saying.
captions on. So I just wondered if it was an intentional choice to not let an English speaking viewer know what it means. I mean, I don't know. Maybe
I watched this a little late in time, and if I'd had more time, I was going to go back and replay some of those scenes and just put up Google Translate next to the phone or next to the TV and see if it could tell me what they were saying.
we did turn on the captions when there were some one-liners where we were like, "What the fuck did he say?"
Yeah.
For example, "Oh brother, somebody's going to kiss the donkey."
What does that mean?
So I Googled it, and if you Google that in quotation marks, it is simply the entire internet going, what the fuck does that mean?
It's a brand new sentence they created.
Do we want to do some quotes before we move on to segments?
Sure. I have so many.
All right. Go, Amy.
Well, this is my boob talk, but
Oh, okay. You probably have the same boob talk as me.
well, let's wait. Let's wait for that then, I guess. I think the science, like it gave good science, the good action movie scientist. It gave good action movie scientist.
Okay.
And my favorite part of the action movie scientist, and this is not the best line in the movie, but it was the best line to me, is when the scientist just says, "We're talking extinction level event." And that's how the politicians know it's bad.
Well, so again, because Armageddon is a better version of this movie, I will keep referring to it. In that scene in Armageddon, Billy Bob Thornton goes, the translation is, "It's a planet killer."
So there's the part at the beginning where they realize that the alien ships are heading our way, and our nerdy scientist guy is like, "This is going to be like Columbus and the Indians."
Oh my gosh.
I know.
But we're the Indians. And Kevin was like, "Well, thank God he clarified."
Yeah.
It's too late to eat a burrito, too many complex carbs.
Oh, I thought that was so okay. 2006 was peak anti-carb, but I thought the carbs
This is
that were
2012, though.
well, not during the chicken burrito scene. The
Oh,
beginning
that's
is
right,
2005,
That's
2006.
right. That's like South Beach diet era.
Yes, yes. So all carbs were the enemy, but I thought, aren't we mad at simple carbs?
Also, a burrito is mainly beans.
Not the
Or
lady who's
chicken.
locking up the convenience store. It's
true.
too late for burrito.
It was a very 2006 thing to say.
The Beacon Project is the least dramatic title they could have applied to their project.
I think they did that on purpose, though. Remember how it was sort of a joke that they were like, and we've called it the Planet G.
The Beacon
Planet G.
Yeah, I was like, are they supposed to be being like self-referential here, or was it like, or I couldn't tell what was happening in that. It was the first scene of the movie, and I couldn't tell if they were like, it was supposed to be funny because that dramatic music is already thumping, and like nothing is happening.
Yeah. Comparing it to something like Armageddon or the movie Contact, I didn't take it seriously at all. I was like, this is just set up.
Of course, she was the admiral. Okay. My next favorite was, oops, where'd it go? Which idiot are you?
It implies so much.
I'm the idiot going to kick it through your keeper's face, is what he says, and then he does not kick it through their keeper's face.
And in fact, was kicked in the face himself.
And it says his stubbornness cost the United States, which was foreshadowing.
Do you remember the scene where Murderbot's ship gets hit and he's like looking into the screen and into the camera and his like face ripples because it's like such high power?
Oh, yeah.
Yes!
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I like the part where two of the veterans in the battleship say to each other, "Are we really firing on Oahu? Looks that way. Holy shit." The way he says holy shit is so funny. Holy shit.
They're talking about the world, like you watch this part where like they're landing all over the world or whatever, and the guy's like, he's listing off cities, like they shot this city, this city, this city, and then he goes, even Iowa.
No.
Not Iowa.
Most movies it's like, and then Paris was hit, and then DC, but no, not Iowa.
Even Iowa.
It's the bread basket, isn't it? Or is that somewhere else?
No,
It's a bread basket.
It's a bread
they grow corn there.
They ain't gonna sink this battleship, no way.
Who are we shooting at? I don't know. So at one point, Sam and Mick are hiking around because she's teaching him how to hike again, and these two Mount Mauna Loa, police guys show up. I guess they're on Mauna Loa, and he walks up to these guys who are clearly hiking on this clear hiking trail, and he goes, "What are you guys doing up here?" And it's like,
And then he's like,
and then he doesn't give him a ride.
"Yeah, you have to get off this mountain
And then
now."
drives
and then
away.
drives away. And I'm like, he doesn't have any legs. Ask him if he wants a ride. My God.
And I think they were like, don't you know the aliens have landed or whatever? Or like there's something invading us?
Ugh, it's the best.
How about the part where Mick turns to Sam and he's like, "How are your driving skills?" She just goes, "Good." And I'm like, I need under what conditions?
Yeah.
What are you asking me to do here? And then it's just driving.
And then she just slams them into the side.
Yeah.
Of this thing. And doesn't kill them somehow.
Nope.
Somehow they live through that.
All right, shall we move on to segments?
Yeah.
Feminist favorite.
I think it's when Rihanna streams Mahalo. Oh no.
Mahalo, motherfucker.
Mahalo, motherfucker.
But they can't say motherfucker in this movie.
Mahalo, mother.
There's at least twice where that gets cut off.
Yes.
It's very silly. I don't know if I have a feminist favorite.
PG-13?
I don't
Probably.
know.
I don't think it's
Maybe.
R. There's no violence.
I mean,
really.
it's made after a game, so they probably want kids to come see it. But like,
yeah.
I mean, Sam running around saving stuff wasn't too bad.
In general, I like that.
Like,
even
they're
though
both kind of badasses.
There are only two women in this movie, but they're not treated as less skilled or
That's true.
weaker
Yeah.
in any way.
Yeah.
That's true.
They're all they're all treated like equals to the men that they're in scenes with.
Yeah.
And they're not trying to do anything to like keep a romance alive or like do like they were literally just part of the action.
No,
Yeah.
and I like that the romance is really just incidental. It's basically the reason that our guy is in the Navy.
Yeah.
It's not about the romance at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gets with her, and
Yeah.
then his brother's like, "You're going to be in the
I
Navy."
just had to
and
replay the plot in my head for a second.
It's like it's almost just like a little MacGuffin to get
Yeah.
him to be in the Navy.
Yeah, so I was okay with all that.
Yeah.
I also like Rihanna's dedication to her hat.
Yeah.
I like that Rihanna saves Jesse Plemons.
Yes.
Not entirely clear how one of those murder knife balls is coming at him. He's
Yeah.
trying to open a door,
And he doesn't see the large
but apparently
hole.
there's like an escape route.
I
to
don't know
the
why he didn't just
side.
turn right or left.
Yeah, she just grabs him and pulls him, and it's like, okay, well, she's probably smarter and stronger than him. So
She definitely saves his life.
yeah, she does.
Love that.
Yeah, I like how they're just not treated
And I
any
mean,
differently.
Rihanna handling a giant gun is always fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was fun. I was reading that she was picked to be on this because this is her first and only like starring role. No, not only, but first starring role after someone saw her on SNL and was like, well, maybe she can act. And I think the jury's still out on that.
I think the jury's also still out of that. I remember being a little underwhelmed by her in the Oceans movie that she did.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm on board with her acting.
Yeah. I mean, I just want her to release an album again, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen. So,
misogynist moment? I don't have one.
Same.
It was misogyny for them not to make Nagata and Hopper kiss. It was misogyny against me. It was a hate crime.
Amy, are you still in heated rivalry mode?
Yes, they are my new heated rivalry.
There's an argument you can make that he has to get like permission to ask her hand, but that's
That's true.
But
He's
that's-
he's like,
that's
it's a
just-
formality. It's a formality.
Well, he even says that too, isn't he? Like when he's in the bathroom and he's scared
Yeah.
about it, and he's like, antiquated tradition.
This is why it's heated rivalry, because when he's in the bathroom, he's going, I love you. I want to be with you forever. And then Nagata walks in and Hopper tells him that he was talking about him. And it's like, come on, man. Gotta make out now.
And at the end, when they're taking pictures, he's like, do we make a cute couple? It's very not homophobic.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think that was
It's true.
homophobic. I thought he was actually just being like, haha, we look cute. I don't have a misogynist moment. All right, Amy, I'm going to defer to you for our giant boob talk. And I also have the audio. We'll plug it in.
yeah.
I really hope I don't get this quote wrong. I'm not saying you're a boob, but this is boob-like behavior.
yeah.
It's so good.
Boob. The rare boob talk that's not really about boobs.
There were, she was wearing that cute tank top, but other than that, it wasn't really a booby
And
movie.
that's like a normal tank top to be
Yeah,
wearing.
And Rihanna's wearing a normal military camo outfit and not like a tank top with like her belly showing.
like with her pants
Yeah.
rolled
Yeah.
down at the top, which is what you always get.
Tomb Raider.
Like at the beginning when Sam is a classic hot lady from 2006, she's just a normal classic hot lady from 2006.
She's not doing anything crazy. And Rihanna, even when Rihanna's playing soccer at one point, they don't put her in the sexy soccer outfit.
true.
Oh, I do want to know why she's just wearing a t-shirt with the sleeves cut off when everyone else has a uniform.
I know.
Oh, good point. Actually, yeah,
That might be my misogynist moment.
good point.
I was like, is she playing? Or is it only
Well, she was yelling at people a lot.
is it only the men playing and she's like, step up, mother
Soccer game misogynist
mother
moment.
fire?
Maybe she's the coach.
Maybe she's the coach.
Wasn't she yelling at one of the Japanese players one point?
I don't know. There was a lot of yelling.
Maybe she's the coach.
There's so much yelling.
Haley, any other boob talk?
No, that was my
Fantastical food?
Oh,
Chicken burrito.
chicken burrito.
misogynist moment. None of the aliens are girls that we know of.
I mean, no, we don't know. Square jaw doesn't mean anything.
Do they all have beards? Does that mean anything? All right, fine. Misogynist moment is me assuming none of them are women.
Fantastical food, chicken burrito.
Chicken burrito.
mentioned in the beginning and the end, the magical bookend.
The chicken burrito bookend.
The framework of this movie is burritos.
Yeah.
Oh, it's basically a Scalzi story then.
Oh,
He loves a burrito.
Same.
Soap stuff.
calling on the radio
Yep.
as discussed.
Put out a call for help over the radio, and it just happens to go to her boyfriend.
Yeah, I mean, being in love with the Admiral's daughter is like classic.
Of course, she's the
military
Admiral's
soap
daughter.
stuff.
Yeah,
So many of my men's adventure fiction are about like you hook up with somebody and it turns out to be the Admiral's daughter.
I
So-
do want to know, not that obviously anything can happen. Life is a rich tapestry. I would like 3 sentences of how an Irishman became an admiral in the U.S. Navy.
was he supposed to have an
He was
American
trying to hide
accent?
it. He was trying to
Do
hide
you
it.
think?
He can't because I was listening. He's trying to do an American accent
There-
and it's not good.
Skarsgård is often and always cast as an American dude, and he has a pretty good American accent.
Yes, he does.
but it's
Weird.
also not perfect, and
Yeah.
like we're all just pretending he's not Swedish.
I didn't notice anything with him. With Liam Neeson, I was like, well, you're just Liam Neeson. He did not sound any different.
I think he just got he got a paycheck for this movie and was done.
I mean, I think you could
And it was
be-
one day of filming for Liam Neeson.
I think you could be an immigrant and, I mean, lots of immigrants join the U.S. military.
True.
It just
I got
was
the
sort
impression
of funny to me.
Yeah,
I got the
think he's
impression he was supposed to be American, but I don't know why I thought that. I guess because he's in a Navy uniform. But he also, I like that Liam Neeson showed up for this movie, and like his whole point was gravitas. Like his whole point in the movie was to be military guy.
A grumpy
He's like,
military
I want
dad.
everything locked and loaded, you know. Like,
But
that
now that
kind
I've
of
seen
movie.
him
That's kinda
in
why.
The Naked Gun, I can't take him seriously. And he's so funny in The Naked Gun.
Also, though, but do you know what? He narrated like a Maha documentary.
He did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whatever. At this point, that's the least of our problem.
Okay. That's not fun. Also have for soap stuff. I also have Rihanna's hat never coming off.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yep.
I don't have the number to call to teach you humility. It's really kind of a soapy line. That sounds like something they would say in a soap. And I also think Taylor Kitsch's face is a soap opera man's face.
Yeah, that's true.
He looks like he's straight out of Days of Our Lives,
He could
and I bet in 25 years he'll have the same face.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
He seems like one of those people.
I mean, it's already 14 years later, and he looks like himself, only maybe slightly puffier. Yeah.
I just don't like him. Like, I mean, I don't dislike him, but like, I don't think he's charming. I didn't think it was fun to watch him. I don't know. I just don't like him.
Everyone else in the movie is 200 times more fun.
Oh, yeah.
He's not terrible or anything, but he's very
He's
like
the lead, though. He should
just
carry
sort
it.
of nothing to me, and everyone else is funny.
This movie would have been much better with Jeremy Renner.
I think even somebody like Chris Pratt would have made it more interesting.
Chris Pratt would have made it 3,000 times more interesting because all of his problems, he is very charismatic.
Yeah.
Okay, we already did our pony prattle organically.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like the book?
I loved the second half of the movie. It's a little bit slow to get into.
I mean, it was
liked it.
deeply silly, but I only got bored a little bit during some of the battle scenes.
It gives good boat.
It definitely gives
Oh,
good
I
both.
thought about that. I decided not to do my patented, it's not either of those as Star Trek, but I did want to mention that it does do that patented Star Trek thing where it just like, it has these like money shots of boats and you're just sort of like, there was a shot at the end of the boat like going off into the sunset, which I thought was amazing.
Boats are beautiful.
I love this movie. I think it's so funny. I agree with you. It's slow in parts. It's about 25 minutes too long,
Yes.
but I really think it's so funny. Like from the beginning, I thought it was so funny.
Oh, next week we're going to be in Mobile for one night before we head to Cycle Zydeco. And I'm going to go see the USS Alabama, which is a battleship.
Ooh.
Someone needs to make one of these movies where they unmothball the Constitution.
That would be so cool.
I know.
Yeah.
I wish that I had gone to see the USS Missouri when I was in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah. I would love to go.
Yeah.
I would love to go
Field trip.
to Hawaii. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We should do like a Patreon to fund our field trip to Hawaii.
We need to go see the USS Missouri.
We'll interview one of the tour guides and bring you the audio.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how many dogs I see.
We only need about $10,000 for this to be a thing.
I think we could do it,
I feel
guys.
like for 4 of us, we probably need more than 10.
We couldn't get anybody to do a fundraiser, but I think that people will definitely send us to Hawaii.
They want this content.
All right. Star Wars or Lord of the Rings?
I'm going to go with Star Wars because of the force field dome, like on the planet Naboo.
And I'm going with Star Wars because of the award ceremony at the end.
Oh, that is cute. Yeah. Chewie still doesn't get one.
Kevin said it's Star Wars because in the Return of the Jedi, they're on Endor to blow up the shield generator around the Death Star so that the rebels can attack it.
That makes sense.
And I said that when Nagata and Hopper are standing on the ship as it is sinking vertically, Titanic style.
Yes, that was cool.
I said that was like the end of Rogue One, where they're like, well, it's time for us to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's unanimously Star Wars.
Good job, guys.
All right.
We love to see it.
Let's see. Coming up next time, Paladin of Souls by Lois McMaster Bujold.
Woohoo.
All right. Anything else?
That's it, y'all.
Let's lock and load.
My Halo mother.
You go, girl. You go, girl. You go, girl. A hilarious podcast.
I mean, I'm not saying that you're a boob, but this is like boobish behavior.